Football season is fast approaching and some of you guys just simply aren't ready for it. Y'all been slacking, y'all been on the game too much, y'all haven't been training, y'all been eating like trash. But today we're gonna fix that. Today we're putting it into those bad habits and we're gonna get explosive for this season coming up. And you'll see progress in these hacks I'm about to give you depending on your experience level. So if you've been working out for a long time and you've been playing sports for a long time and then you put in these hacks that I'm about to tell you, you're gonna see progress a lot faster than somebody who hasn't been playing sports as much. Or maybe you're just starting to work out to train to try and get it explosive. And if you start doing these things, you can get some huge gains, some huge starter games. So whatever your situation is, that will depend on how much you can get better in this short period of time, but right before the season starts. Now, 2 of these hacks I'm about to tell you, I actually learned from NFL players and not from watching videos on YouTube or Instagram. I actually learned them from NFL players telling me this in person. Okay, so that's 2 of them. The other one is something I learned and something that I incorporated, and after I incorporated it, I went from like a 4.7 40 to a 4.4 40 just by this little hack, okay? So whenever you finish this video, leave in the comments on which one you think the NFL player told me and which one you think I learned from experience, and I'll give you a hint at the end of the video to tell you who that NFL player was. The first thing that we're talking about today is hill sprints. The first hack is hill sprints, running hill sprints, because it's just kind of obvious that if you run with resistance, like going up a hill, it's harder to run. But then you, right after you run on the hill and you go run on flat land, bro, you feel super explosive. You feel like the fastest man in the world. Okay, so that's the first hack. I only ran hills like one off season, and that was like for conditioning with me and my friend. We ran like 20 hill sprints. I don't suggest you do 20 hill sprints. Probably just do like maybe 10 at the most. Probably 10 might be even too much. Do some hill sprints. You can also do your footwork drills up a hill. So like you can run routes up a hill, practice all your moves going up a hill, and then right after you do that, go practice on a flatland on a regular field and do those same moves and see how explosive you feel. Yeah, hill sprints get you right. That's what I did in one of my off seasons to get really explosive. Don't get me wrong, you can get super explosive from the things I'm telling you in this video, but if your mind isn't right and you don't have the right mindset and you don't have the mindset that you want to destroy everybody in front of you, then none of that is going to matter. And I'm telling you that from experience. So if you have problems with your mindset or you don't think your mind is strong enough, go ahead, watch this video right here. Maybe if you've seen that video, go watch my courses in my little WAP community, and maybe you can learn some more. Okay. Hack number 2 is lifting through the balls of your feet. Maybe you're doing Bulgarian split squats. Maybe you're doing Bulgarian split squats, okay? I want you lifting through the outside arch of your foot, okay? And I want you to form your leg in a bow, okay? So look at this video of how I do it on the screen. That's how I recommend y'all do it. And I really recommend y'all always staying on y'all's toes. On the weight room, whenever y'all are on the field, I always recommend y'all being on y'all's toes, because why would we want to put weight through our heels when we're never supposed to be on our heels? When humans have never really been on their heels back in like ancient times when we were in the indigenous tribes, when we were living in nature, we were never just like doing stuff on our heels. All of our stuff, we were doing them barefoot and we were on our toes. So, and then same on the field. Are you faster when you run on your toes or on the balls of your feet? Or are you faster whenever you're running on your heels? Answer that, okay? And so we want to have stiff ankles. We want to have strong feet. And we're not going to get that if we lift through the heels. If whenever we're squatting, we sit back and we put the pressure through our heels, because 1, that's not training our feet muscles. And 2, it's giving you bad habits. So whenever you're on the field and you see a non-contact injury and you see somebody tear the ACL, it's because the heel striked in the ground. They put pressure through the heel and maybe their leg hyperextended and their ACL tore. So that's why I always say lift through the balls of your feet. And a quick story, I've told this on my channel before, but one off season, after my senior year of football, I was lifting weights with my friend, and we would do Bulgarian split squats, and bro, we would go so heavy. We would do 5 sets of 15 because we were trying to get swole. I didn't know if I was gonna play football. He wasn't playing football anymore. I didn't know if I was playing football, so I was just trying to get strong. So I was doing a whole lot of volume and I was doing them heavy. And so I would lift through the balls of my feet, and then track practice ended up coming up later on that year. And so I lifted for like 2 to 3 months before track practice. And then whenever track practice came, I never sprinted until that day. That first day where we ran 40s for day one to track our progress, I ran a 4.47. And this, before that season started, so like almost a year before that, I ran like a 4.7. And this time it wasn't even hand time. We had a chip on our waistband on our shorts. So I got super strong. And one thing I also learned is that whenever you get super strong, you become more explosive because strength translates into speed, okay? That idea comes from Coach Mark Asanovich. Look him up, look at his videos. If you watch his videos and you're in high school and when you watch the videos of him talking about lifting weights for football players, because he's the NFL strength coach, if you can understand that and you can do what he does, man, you're gonna be able to play for as long as you want to, okay? But you gotta listen to him and listen to what I just told you about lifting through the balls of your feet, because that's what we do when we're on the field. We're on the balls of our feet, okay? And the third hack to get super explosive before this upcoming year, before this season, is that now we did the hill sprints. Now we're explosive, we can run fast, okay? And we're lifting through the balls of our feet, okay? So we're getting right in the weight room, and we're getting right with our speed. Now we gotta be able to do the boring things over and over and over. And that's secret number 3. That's talking point number 3 in this video. And what I mean by this is whatever position you play, okay? So we got the running right, we got the hill sprints, okay? That's for our speed. Now we're lifting through the balls of our feet whenever we're lifting weights, okay? So speed, lifting weights, and now we're talking about the field work, now what we do on the field. And that's the basics. So say you're a DB, okay, and your coach always puts you through the same warm-up every time, where you backpedal, then you turn and sprint. Or when you backpedal and then you come down the line, or come down the line at an angle and make the tackle. Now I need you to do that over and over and over, because the more things you do, the more times you do it, it becomes easier for you. It becomes in your subconscious mind. And whenever it comes in your subconscious mind, you don't have to think about it. Your body already knows how to do it. And so you don't have to overthink in the game, okay? Your body just knows what to do. And that's whenever you're at your best. You're at your best whenever you're playing and you're not thinking. Because whenever you think too much, you run slower, you play worse, you're less aggressive, okay? So, and how we get this is by doing the same thing over and over and over. So do your backpedal drills where you come down the line. Have somebody hold the football up in front of you and put you through that same drill that you've done over and over and over. So you can work on flipping your hips. So you can work on coming down the line. You're a receiver. Practice the basics of getting out your 90 to cut breaks, out of your running the post route, working on your rocker step, coming down, your snap downs, coming down on the curl, your slant routes. Practice the most basic things and do them as much as you can, okay? Whenever you do this, and whenever you're doing it over and over, if it becomes boring to you, like you're playing football because you love football. If it becomes boring to you, doing this stuff becomes boring and it's not as fun as it's supposed to be, that means you're getting better. That means you're getting better because you're doing it so much that it becomes boring. And that's one thing I've learned, is that boring work, doing the boring work is doing the good work, okay? Whenever I was going into my freshman year of college, my last 1 to 2 months of me training to go into training camp, all I did was work on my releases and my routes. I didn't do any type of fancy drills. I didn't do any type of things I saw on the internet. I worked on what routes I'm going to be running at the school, and I'm just practicing my releases. I'm practicing my routes. I'm not doing any other crazy footwork drills. That's what I'm working on. And I did that so much for like the first month, and I got bored. I was like, bro, like, I love it. I love playing football, but right now I'm just bored of it because I've been doing it so much. So I took a little week break. Maybe I stopped running routes for a little under a week. Maybe I ran routes instead of 3 times a week, I ran it once a week. I came back that next week after I took a little break, and my routes were way better. And I found so much joy in running routes again. Okay, so if it becomes boring to you, you can take a break and then come back, and then the joy will be right back. Okay, but that's how you get better. Okay, is by doing the boring things over and over, because usually the things that excite us are the things that where we compete. And whenever we compete, like playing football against other people, injuries can happen. And so we got to do the boring work. We got to be disciplined. We got to listen to our bodies. A quick bonus tip. I know this was about 3, but a quick bonus tip that you can do to become super explosive is to get lean. As football players, we want to get those abs. We want to look good. Yeah, I get that. And so we got to get lean, because whenever we're lean, we have those abs. That's when we are the most explosive. Like, real talk, that's when we are the most explosive, whenever we're lean. Okay, and a good thing you can do to get lean is, I don't know, get like a little watch. There's an Aura ring you can get, and like get 10,000 steps a day. Get your diet right. And whenever I'm saying get lean, this does not mean starve yourself. If you're just a normal person and you didn't play football, I would say like go on a huge deficit. Not a huge deficit, but go on a deficit. And you don't have to eat carbs. If you were a normal person, I would tell you that. But since you're a football player, we need to eat as much as we can while still losing weight, because we're on that field, we're running around, and if we're not eating the right nutrition, the right amount of nutrition while we're burning calories all day, practicing multiple times a day, it's only a matter of time till we get hurt. Okay? It's only a matter of time till you get hurt, and if that's something you do. Find your body weight, go on Google and look up athlete macro calculator. I think it's called Legion Athletics, and that's what I do. That's what I did to eat as much as I can and still lose weight and get lean and become explosive. Okay, but please do not cut your calories. Get lean, because that will also make you explosive. Is whenever you're lean, you're in shape, you have lean muscle mass. Okay, now that you know all of these things, now y'all tell me which one you think, which two y'all think that the NFL players told me. It was 2 different NFL players. I'll give you a hint on one. One of the NFL players, he played on the Texans this past season. Okay, y'all let me know who y'all think it is. And now that you know these 3 habits, these 3 secrets, plus a bonus tip, now I want you to watch this video on how Kobe trained before he was even in the NBA, before he was an NBA superstar. I want you to watch this video on how Kobe held himself.